Hello, I'm David Frazier, aka the Market Monk, and this is our daily Market Monk show, where we strive to tell you everything that you need to know and nothing more regarding factors and developments that we expect to affect your investment portfolio. Well, we had yet another positive day today on Monday, June the 2nd, in the U.S. stock market, with both the Dow Jones Industrials and the Dow Transportation Average, as well as the S&P 500 Index, recording yet another all-time high today. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ Composite Index and the Small Cap Russell 2000 Index pulled back very, very modestly today. In regard to the trading action in other countries, the major stock market indices for the Eurozone, Japan, and China were essentially unchanged today, while India's Sensex index rallied sharply today, and Brazil's Bovespa index continued to move lower. Separately, gold prices also continued to move lower today. In regard to economic announcements that were released today, the U.S. Department of Commerce announced this morning that construction spending in the United States rose for the fourth consecutive month during April, and the Institute of Supply Management announced that manufacturing activity in the United States rose for the fourth consecutive month during May. In regard to economic announcements from abroad, Market Economics, which is a major economic research and forecasting firm, reported today that manufacturing activity in Europe and India also continued to improve, with manufacturing activity in the Eurozone moving higher, or increasing, I guess I should say, for the 11th consecutive month during May, and manufacturing activity in India increasing for the 7th consecutive month during May. In contrast, that same economic forecasting firm reported that manufacturing activity in Brazil declined for the 2nd consecutive month during May. In regard to geopolitical developments, there's really nothing major to report today. There's been some more conflict, or continuing conflict, I guess I should say, in Ukraine, with persons that want to separate from Ukraine, continuing to attack government buildings in eastern Ukraine. But that's really it regarding geopolitical announcements, and nothing else major to report regarding economic developments. Now, having said that, as I've said during each of our shows last week, my research indicates that the pace of economic growth in most regions of the world will accelerate during the second half of this year, and that stock prices around the globe, stocks in general, obviously not stocks of every company, but stocks in general, or in the aggregate in most regions of the world, will move considerably higher than their current levels during the second half of this year. However, in regard to the very short-term direction of stocks, the recent trading action in the U.S. stock market indicates that stocks in general are due for a temporary pullback. For example, price momentum statistics have risen to extremely overbought levels. Mutual funds that invest in U.S. stocks have experienced outflows during each of the past 5 weeks, and the trading volume on U.S. stock market in the U.S. stock market slowed considerably over the past several weeks. So it looks like we're due for a modest pullback here in the very short term. So I would not advise you to be buying stocks at this time, but I would encourage you to wait for a pullback. I think there's a very good chance we're going to have a modest pullback within the next few days. And then I would probably encourage you to add to positions or purchase stocks that you don't own currently, financially strong companies and companies that look as if they're going to increase the revenues and earnings at a fast pace over the next couple of years. Now, if you'd like more detailed information regarding my research and analysis of economic and geopolitical developments around the world and how I expect those factors to affect stock prices, and in addition, just what stocks and exchange traded funds my research indicates will generate some substantial returns over the months ahead, I encourage you to subscribe to one of our financial newsletters. You can do so by going to our internet website at www.themarketmonk.com, looking at the gold-colored menu bar towards the top of that screen, and look over towards the right of that menu bar, and you'll see a menu item entitled Financial Newsletters. Click on that link, and you can subscribe. By doing so, you can learn more about our newsletter offerings, and you can subscribe to any of those newsletters for a period of 2 months at absolutely no charge, meaning you don't even need to put any credit card information. All you would need to give us would be your name and email address. Other than that, I think that's all that I have to say for today. Just kind of thinking to myself here. As I've said in the past, I don't write out a script and then read a teleprompter like many people do. I just do my research and analysis every day. Then I come on this show and try to tell you about factors and developments that I expect to affect the value of your portfolio, but not waste your time by just having a set time for our show. So today's show is rather short. The show might be only a few minutes some days and 20 minutes or more on other days. It just depends on what's going on around the globe in the financial markets, in worldwide economies and geopolitical developments. So, yeah, that's it for today. Don't have anything else important to say. I thank you for watching and listening, and I'll speak with you again tomorrow.